The U.S. Congress shows its growing support for Taiwan. Welcome to VOA Asia Weekly. I'm Chris Casqueo in Washington. That story just ahead, but first making headlines. Hong Kong said it is considering relaxing its COVID-19 hotel quarantine policy for an orderly opening up. Currently, travelers from other countries must pay for 3 days in a hotel, then self-monitor for 4 days. The leaders of Japan and South Korea agreed Wednesday that the two nations need to restore sound bilateral ties and deepen cooperation to deal with North Korea's nuclear threats. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol held their 30-minute talk on the sidelines of the annual UN General Assembly. Government helicopters in Myanmar attacked a school and village in the north-central part of the country, killing at least 13 people, including 7 children. The military-controlled government blamed armed opposition groups. The USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier strike group arrived in the South Korean port city of Busan in preparation for a large-scale joint military drill happening for the first time since 2017, a significant show of strength amid concerns North Korea will soon conduct a nuclear test. Military exercise in Fiji involving the United States, Britain, Australia, and New Zealand ended this week as the traditional allies tried to counter China's growing influence in the region. U.S. President Joe Biden has invited Fiji and 11 other small Pacific Island nations to take part in a summit next week at the White House. China said it has made solemn complaints with the U.S. over President Biden's statement that U.S. forces will defend Taiwan if China tries to invade the self-ruled island. Biden said yes when asked during an interview broadcast on CBS News' 60 Minutes program whether U.S. forces, U.S. men and women, would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. But addressing the UN General Assembly, Biden said this.
We seek to uphold peace and stability across the Taiwan Straits. We remain committed to our one China policy.
Regarding China, Biden also said the U.S. will not ask any nation to choose between the United States or any other partner. A bipartisan group of U.S. lawmakers met with Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen earlier this month, the latest show of support from the U.S. Congress to the island republic amid heightened tensions with China. VOA's Catherine Gibson spoke with members of the delegation.
Renewed support for Taiwan as yet another bipartisan congressional delegation calls for deeper ties in the face of threats from China.
Our delegation, as with every congressional delegation that has visited, is a symbol of Congress's rock-solid commitment to Taiwan.
This latest visit follows Nancy Pelosi's historic trip last month, the first by a U.S. Speaker of the House in 25 years.
Our policy has always been strategic ambiguity instead of strategic clarity, but that was many, many years ago, 40 years ago almost. And what we need to look at is China has changed dramatically in that period of time. They were not nearly the significant military or economic power that they are today.
The Biden administration approved $1.1 billion in arms sales to Taiwan, a move that drew swift condemnation from China.
The U.S. arms sale to Taiwan blatantly violates the One China principle and the provisions of the 3 China-U.S. joint communiques, especially the August 17 communique, seriously undermines China's sovereignty and security interests, severely damages China-U.S. relations and peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, and sends seriously wrong signals to the separatist forces of Taiwan independence.
A U.S. House panel heard testimony that a new U.S.-Taiwan free trade agreement and bringing Taiwan into the Trans-Pacific Partnership would play a crucial role in countering authoritarianism.
The United States should aid Taiwan's efforts to defend its people, its democracy, and its freedoms. A U.S.-Taiwan BTA would serve that goal. It would demonstrate American solidarity with Taiwan's people and reward their success in cultivating strong democratic institutions, robust civil society, transparent and accountable government, and economic freedoms.
A key U.S. Senate committee also approved the Taiwan Security Act. If passed, it would provide $6.5 billion in security funding over the next 5 years. Catherine Gibson, VOA News, Washington.
Visit voanews.com for the most up-to-date stories. You're watching VOA Asia Weekly. Finally, around 50 people took part in a South Korean contest to be named the best person doing nothing. A TV entertainment producer won the 90-minute-long Space Out competition due to having the most stable heartbeat. Thanks for watching VOA Asia Weekly. I'm Chris Casqueo. Until next week.